Hello, welcome to another video, and this is an Apple Watch. It's a first generation Apple Watch released in 2015. So I've had this at the time of filming for about 3 years, and it's been a great watch. I've really enjoyed using it. It has its downsides as well, as we'll talk about a little bit later. Now, it's referred to in the Apple community as the Series 0, and the reason for that is that the update to this that came out in 2016 was called the Series 1, and the Series 2 came out at the same time. And then the following year, 2017, the Series 3 appeared. And 2018 has seen the 5th version of the Apple Watch, confusingly called the Series 4, and that has the first real major update. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll be well aware of all of that. Now, because I've been running on this Series 0 for some time now, I decided that it was a good opportunity to update, as the Series 4 is such a major change from the first 4 versions of the watch. So today we're going to be, here it is, ta-da! We're going to be unboxing this little baby, and when we're going to be comparing the Series 4 with the Series 0 side by side, just to see the real major differences in the product over the first 3 years of its life. So let's get cracking first. Let's unbox this. I'm going to be seeing the Series 4 watch for the very first time. And if you've seen any of my unboxing videos before, you will be well aware that I have trouble getting the cellophane off the outside of these. So it's nice, it's handy that this has a little tear thing here where you can tear it. Look, Apple must have seen my videos in the past. They must have done, because that's the only explanation. So I can actually now remove, there we go. I've actually been able to do it. So here it is then, the box with the Series 4 inside it. So now let's work out how to open it. And we have some little, oh, I'm not sure how to do this. We have some little, oh, there we go. And there's probably lots of unboxing videos on the YouTubes, but I've been kind of avoiding them because I wanted to see it for myself really. And, oh, there we go. So we have a nice little inlay here with pictures of the watch with various bands on. That's very nice. And it's got various reference numbers on the back, which we need to look at. Then we've got the band, which we'll have a look at in just a moment. And then we've got the actual watch itself. So I'm going to very carefully take this top off, and then we will see what is inside. So there we have some instructions. That's the actual watch that we'll be looking at in just a moment. So I'm going to take that's just sort of some instructions there, so which slide out and tell us a little bit about the watch. What else is in there? Oh, the usual kind of rubbish that you get. Everybody of course will read. Not. Let's put that on one side. So now inside here we have, that'll be the charger, or the plug rather. So let's have a look at the plug. This is going to be one of these UK plugs, because I'm in the UK, and it has one of these rather natty fold out for the pins, the chunky pins that I really like. That's really cool. And then also inside here we have the charging device, and because of the version of the watch that I have gone for, the charging cradle here is a different kind from the one that I had with my Series 0, which we'll look at all of that in just a moment. You can see it's got a kind of a metal edge around the outside, so I'm going to peel that off the back there. And where else does it go? Where else does it peel? Oh, it peels all around the side. There we go. Okay, excellent. So that's got that out. So that is metal around the outside there. So I'm sort of packing away as I go here. I'm being tidy. Are you impressed? I know I am. So, the moment of truth, this is now what we're going to be looking at. The main article is, of course, the Apple Watch. And it's in a nice little container here, a nice little sort of wallety thing around the outside. There we go. That looks very nice. And if I slip it out of there, then we see the actual watch itself. There it is. And I've gone for the stainless steel, the sort of shiny stainless steel look this time, because I felt it was a bit more like a watch really, rather than my old version, which was aluminium. And I just thought this would just a bit more premium really. That's what I thought. So that is the watch. We'll put that on one side just for a moment, and then I'm going to have a look at the band here. And the band that I decided to go for is the Milanese loop band. This is also stainless steel, and the reason that I went for that is that it's probably the cheapest way that you can get hold of one of these. If you buy it separately, it does cost an obscene amount of money, but if you buy it with a watch, then that's probably the most cost-effective way of getting hold of one of these. I did think to myself about buying a fake one. There's plenty of fake versions of this band that are around on the Intertubes, but from what I can gather, they seem to show up, they seem to stain quite easily, and they don't really last. So my thought process is that by having this original, it should last as long as I've got the Series 4, and probably beyond if the future watches support these bands. And I'll probably end up being able to use this, have a life expectancy, this particular band, a good deal longer than if I had to keep replacing the fake ones, probably. You may disagree, and please put your comments below, I know you will. So let's just try and, there we are, let's just get that out of the box, and it's tight fit in there. So there we go. So it's a stainless steel band to match the watch. So there is the Apple Watch Series 4, the stainless steel, shiny stainless steel with the Milanese loop stainless steel band on as well. It does feel really premium actually, as I would hope for a watch of this expense, because it was rather expensive. So there's the two watches now side by side, the Series 0 and the Series 4. And just on the face of it, before I even switch these on, you can see that yes, the Series 4 is very slightly larger, but there's not much in it really, not much in it at all. And yet on this, which is the larger of the watches that I've gone for, the 44mm, and the Series 0 is the 42mm, so it's fractionally bigger, this one, 2mm corner to corner. But the screen size looks very similar, but in actual fact on the large watch here, this is 32% larger apparently, according to Apple, than the display on this one, which we'll have a look at in a moment. In fact, on the smaller watch, the 38mm, which is now the 40mm, it's 35% bigger. I don't know whether this is Apple's reality distortion mathematics, or whether it's actually true. You'd have to work that out for yourself. But the important thing is that the screen is bigger, and that's the important thing if you really care about these things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this watch on for the very first time, sync it up with my iPhone, and then we'll have a proper look with the screens switched on. So this watch is now set up. So what I'm going to do is do some very quick comparisons between the two. So what I'm going to do is to flick through some watch faces. So if I just flick through here, you can see that it's following my finger, and it's very, very slick, very fast. I'm kind of not used to this being that responsive. It's really responsive actually. I can't believe it, how responsive that is, because I'm struggling a bit because I'm trying to do it one-handed. But if I try and do the same thing now on my Series 0, and you can see that I'm trying, oh, it got stuck halfway, there we go. And I'm now trying to move it. You can see I'm swiping across the screen and I have to go very slowly for it. I'm trying to swipe back. I have to go quite slowly. If I try and swipe through quickly, come on Mickey. There we go. You can see it's difficult to do it when I'm trying to do it with one hand and hold the phone with the other hand. The thing that's surprising me is just how responsive this is. But let's find a screen now that's sort of full screen-ish. And I'm just sort of looking. This is one of the watch faces with sort of like I think it's smoke, or is it mist or something? And that's really cool. Really cool. And just looking at it, there we go, is quite astonishing actually, just how good it is. I'm not sure actually about the brightness of the screen, because I heard that the brightness, this is 1000 nits I think, so the brightness of the screen should be better on this, but it's quite possible that I need to adjust that, and I need to go into the settings in order to adjust that. So yeah, I really like that. It's amazing. That looks terrific. But you can see there, that's a really good example of how the screen is filled up. Let's type the code in again. This is so professional. You can see there that how much bigger the screen is on the right on the Series 4 compared to on the left there. It's just there's no comparison really with just how much bigger the screen is, and how also I think how better fitted it is in to the display, as I mentioned earlier on about the fact that the corners are the same angle as the outer case. It's just that attention to detail which is much better. So yes, a faster device, a more responsive device. The Apple Watch Series 4 is 64-bit compared to 32-bit. You don't need to understand what that means, just to know that bigger number is better. It can address more memory effectively. And this I think has 16 gigs of storage space. I think, I can't remember what this had. It might have been 8, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying this out. This really was just a very quick look between the two devices, and I've literally just got it. I haven't even tried it on yet, so I want to try it on, have a bit of a play around with it, and then I may very well post an update video that shows my thoughts of the device. Can I recommend buying one? Well, that's difficult until I've tried it out, and of course it's mega money, and having dropped a load of money on it, it's quite possible that I'm going to say yes. So don't listen to me. But thanks for watching this it wasn't a very good video, and I apologise for that, because I was trying to do it, trying to set up the watch, trying to scroll about with them on the desk. But yeah, I need to try this on. I need to give it a whirl, see what I think of it, and then I'll do a follow-up video to give you my thoughts. Any questions, do post them below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video after I've had a bit of a play with my Series 4. All the best.